Loch Henry is about two characters, Davis and Pia, who set out to make a documentary in Loch Henry. The documentary is meant to be about a past local killer called Ian Adair, who is responsible for the deaths of several people in the town and the sufferings of many mourning families. Davis and Pia then find out that there's more to the story, and that Davis's parents were part of the sexual deviancy and killings that took place and haunt people many years on. This episode is very well written because when you go back, there are eerie breadcrumbs that hint towards the plot twist the whole time. For example, when Davis's mom asked Pia if she grew up in America, we now know that she had a thing for American tourists. We see a shot of her in the bed looking at her husband's photo, while there is obvious sounds coming from the other room, alluding to the perversion she had with her husband. When talking about Ian, she says that he was a stupid man who had ruined it all. Her indignation is towards the eventual reason for the end of her crimes. It's revealed that the heinous acts were done to several people. Due to the deep waters of the countryside, people chalked up the missing cases to falling victim to the town's geography. Pia ends up dying in the water on the way to tell Davis of the involvement of his parents in the crimes, emphasizing that this disadvantage has yet again hindered the malignant truth from getting out. This episode had an element of horror that was very well executed. Once Pia learns the truth, the anxiety and disgust is palpable from our screens. However, the most terrifying thing was the ending. We are shown that Davis goes on to make the documentary, but now with his story being told, making it even more dramatic. He is accepting awards and his picture is being taken while he masks the crippling state of the miserable life he is left to. He lost his girlfriend and everything he thought he knew about the people who gave birth to him. He has a bleak, isolated existence, the vulgarity of what he's seen forever etched in his memories. He made a successful film, but is forever burdened by the crimes of his parents. At the awards show, an actress comes up to Davis and asks if he is the Loch Henry guy, and refers to his trauma as a piece of work. Davis has already revealed his disdain for the commercialization of people's stories and pain to Pia, and now he's living it. Some people in the pub are even wearing Janet's mask, totally disconnected from the horror they represent. This is a comment on the commodification of true crime, making the public completely desensitized to it. It's just another form of entertainment, rather than a story filled with real people who are still suffering. This is also known as the Dharma effect, where a show like Dharma fetishized tragedy in order to make a sensationalized series that kept people interested. Loch Henry is a sideswipe at our voyeurism, which has evolved with the advancement of streaming services. We are at the point of capitalism now, where something like trauma and tragedy is just another thing at our fingerprints, altered for our enjoyment. At the end, Davis receives a phone call by Stuart and fulfills Stuart's prophecy of not wanting to talk to him, not out of arrogance but because he can't talk to anyone anymore. He must also wear a mask, just like his mum, to hide his trauma in front of others. We are left with a closing scene of Davis taking a look at the BAFTA Awards mask that he has won. It's clear that he's conflicted. On the one hand, he should be celebrating this moment, but he just can't let go of the trauma of his past. This mask also likely reminds him of the mask his mother wore as she died, serving as yet another painful reminder of the events. I believe this episode does encapsulate Black Mirror. It doesn't use the classic futuristic dystopian technology, but rather the dated technology of cameras. The way the cameras are used by the psychopaths is the centerpiece technology of the episode. It is even the more gut-wrenching since the technology is so menial, yet completely corrupted and misused by humans, and the critique of contemporary culture is even stronger. It also raises social issues, like ethical entertainment in society. The episode felt similar to the national anthem, where the technology is the same as what we have now, but serves as a vehicle to explore the human condition like trauma. The people who produced Davis's documentary are the same one who produced the Callow years, indicating a documentary was done on Michael Callow's presidency from the national anthem. Also, one of the nominees for Best Factual Series is Euthanasia, Inside Project Junipero, referring to the San Junipero episode.